Hey, it's me, Big B, and I wanted to real quick go over my plan for the PoE1 Legacy of Phrecia event. I'm going to be doing the Architect of Chaos, trying to force Vaal Blade Vortex to work basically as far as it can go. Cold conversion, Vaal Blade Vortex Inquisitor. Well, not really Vaal, just normal Blade Vortex. As a starter, I haven't done it in a long time. I think it was in Metamorph League was where I really peaked. It peaked for me, and I wanted to try and force it here and see how much, leverage the Vaal skill Ascendancy gives to it. Vaal Blade Vortex was always just kind of like a fun extra button to press, not really like a driving force of making the skill very strong, because Blade Vortex is just a pretty iconic PoE1 skill. If you're coming back from PoE2, I highly recommend trying out Blade Vortex, and here's a sample tree. It's pretty standard. And in terms of gear, really the only thing that's absolutely required for the elemental version, at least, is a Hrim Sorrow. Everything else is just going to be generic rares, and I'll be giving like build diary updates as the weekend goes on, just to kind of go over the progress. I'll be honest, I mean, from the tree to the skills I'm using and the gear I'm planning on going together, this is going to be way less tanky than you kind of want to be on a Blade Vortex character, even as Templar. It's really hard to like kind of unlearn all of the generic Inquisitor nodes that make me kind of get away with murder in terms of tankiness, but we just want to see how it happens. I am running Cast on Death Portal in this build because we're back to PoE1 and 6 portals, so I'm going to try and enjoy myself for the 1 month and just try and make a lot of cash, and then maybe respec this into Vaal Stormcall, which is something I've always wanted to make work but just could never really get figured out. Maybe this Ascendancy will be the push it needs. I didn't actually check if we have the updated ascendancies in it, but honestly the ascendancy is really just kind of giving more damage. It's really hard to kind of make sure, or in POB at least, how much effect it's actually going to have on the build. It's going to be one sort of thing where you got to see how it feels, so look forward to like the day 1 or 2 sort of build diaries to see more an idea of what's going on. Of course, Blade Vortex itself, I'm a confident enough player with just generic gear. I'm going to get through the first 2 Watchstones. It's really more, will it be strong enough to run tier 16s, tier 17s, Uber Boss, and stuff like that? Because generally speaking, Blade Vortex is a good skill, but it's got a limited DPS. It's basically a melee skill as well. So that's why I'm hoping Vaal Blade Vortex will kind of pick that up. Nothing really notable on the tree. I'll just hover over the masteries real quick. The most important one is the duration, I guess. Skill effect duration and more skill effect duration. This alone should make it. I mean, back in my day, we didn't have stuff like Unleash, which helps so much. It's insane quality of life for Blade Vortex. And then we also do have, I have an alt version of this tree with double clusters. Again, most of this is subject to change depending on what we actually need. And yeah, let's go over the skills real quick, because the tree is just pretty generic. You're just going for crit, life where you can get it. And this one is going for power charges as well, in case we do want to go for a void battery, just as our just to carry us through, maybe dual wielding them, but I mean, then we can't rely on shield charge for movement. Again, a lot of stuff up in the air. It's been a while since we played PoE1, especially at a point like this where it's actually really exciting and there's new shit going on that we're not really sure how it will work. So very looking forward to that. Here's the skills. These are the links for Vaal Blade Vortex. We're in a position where I think like Unleash, Cold Pen, and Added Cold all have awakened versions that we can invest in. Should be very nice. However, Vaal Blade Vortex itself, getting a level 21 gem, I just put it at level 21 to see the dex requirement. You're going to need a lot of dex. That is something we're sorely missing on this tree, unfortunately. We're going to do what we can on gear. Probably need to get a bunch of it on jewelry where we can. But, leveling with Blade Vortex, you do want to have enough dex to click that level up button, because that's the core of your damage. Again, if you're coming from PoE2, I mean, leveling your gems is still important there, but even more so in PoE1, especially on these spell skills and the spell skills that have like all the physical damage baked into it. You need to get that level as high as possible, especially because the Architect of the Vaal is going to give us another +3. I'm not sure. I don't think that affects the dex requirements that you need, but again, we'll see. And then, yeah, as far as what we're going to use, just a bunch of heralds and hatred. I know hatred got nerfed, but it's still best for, we're going to really need to push damage, and we are going for Discord Artisan. Herald of Ice is the most straightforward one, get a help with clear, as well as Herald of Ash is just a little bit of fire damage on top to help with clear as well. And Herald of Purity is just going to boost the base physical damage, as well as kind of, you know, the Purity minions kind of run picks for you. It's really hard to, you know, quantify exactly how much tankiness this is giving, but it doesn't do nothing. Sometimes they have saved my ass, I've noticed it. Shield Charge and Frostblink are going to be our move skills. Remains to see whether or not mana is an issue enough, or we need to life tap up some of these, so we'd have to drop Arcane Surge. Here's the secret PoE1 special technique, Cast on Death Portal. I missed it dearly, I think, especially since, you know, we won't have as much fine-tuned control over our Atlases this league. It might be, you know, something where you run into an Atlas setup that's too dangerous for you to run. But you don't want to not run it because, you know, that's where the juice is. Again, PoE1 things where you just stick your fork in the outlet and, you know, that sort of thing. You do need some mitigation for that. I'm unfortunately not really going to have. Maybe we'll go Determination, and we'll drop like an aura or two and drop the Herald stuff, but kind of just want to push damage, kind of just want to run in with a Vaal Blade Vortex on a boss and, you know, just have that clean it up. We'll see how much it can do, because really, I mean, we're not going to be as crit capped as easily as Inquisitor is going to. We're not going to ignore resistances, so we do need to run Frost Bomb, Frostbite, Ally Weakness, that sort of thing, whereas normally you don't need to. That, of course, also means that we can run these elemental masteries, treat elemental resistance values as inverted, and exposure. These are kind of a non-bow, honestly, but we might, you know, I'll have to see which one feels better, more consistent. Other than that, I mean, the items are just, yeah, this converts your fizz damage. We're going to go for a shield to kind of tank us up. I really want to go block or like glancing blows. If we could pick up just like this and like this with a shield, that would give us just, let's just look for a shield real quick. Armor is shield, whatever. Let's just add this. So with the shield, the block chance is, we're overcapped for that block chance. Is that because this is an insane one? Oh yeah, all right. So yeah, I just don't know. Even with glancing blows, like, yeah, the spell block up here. I know we have some block nodes up here. So like maybe if we drop like power charge scaling, like, I don't know, it's gonna be tricky. And we will be leveling with Purity of Elements most likely, just because we don't really have a way to ignore elemental ailments early on. Again, a lot of stuff up in the air, but I just wanted to kind of get a tree out and a plan out so that you can know what to expect from the channel if you are interested in seeing the development of a Vaal Blade Vortex character. Yeah, take a look, keep it locked. I will have this POB linked in the description. As far as the order of ascendancy, I'm not even going to be using a Vaal Blade Vortex gem until like my second or third lab, really. Probably by the time I get into maps. Probably not even going to be leveling with Blade Vortex, really. So, you know, it really depends on what happens. I just wanted to make a quick video saying, hey, still here. You know, I didn't really make that much PoE2 content because I'm not that good at making builds in that game. And as you can see from this, not that good at making builds in this one either, but we're going to give it a go. And yeah, I hope to see you on the comments here, on stream, and in the Legacy of Phrecia event. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.